नमस्ते। मैं हूँ राहुल और आप देख रहे हैं मेरा रुख। और आज के इस डिस्कशन में हम बात करने वाले हैं आईपीएल 2025 की और उससे रिलेटेड जो एक मेगा ऑक्शन सऊदी अरेबिया में हुआ है उसकी। क्या ऑक्शन था और क्या जबरदस्त ऑक्शन था। 2 दिन तक चला और पैसे की बरसात हुई, पर बहुत लोगों पर नहीं भी हुई। उसके ऊपर भी हम चर्चा करेंगे। कुछ अनफॉर्चुनेट प्लेयर थे जो पिक होने चाहिए थे पर नहीं हो पाए, बट कुछ ऐसे प्लेयर्स थे जिनके ऊपर शायद ज़्यादा पैसों की बरसात हुई। बट दिस इज हाउ द ऑप्शन गोज। तो इन्हीं सब चीज़ों के ऊपर बात करने के लिए हम सारे टीम कॉम्बिनेशन के ऊपर बात करेंगे, हर एक एक टीम के प्लेयर्स के ऊपर और एक टीम कॉम्बिनेशन के ऊपर रिव्यू करेंगे। इन सब चीज़ों के लिए हमारे साथ जो एक्सपर्ट पैनल है उसके अंदर आप जानते हैं अनूप है, लेवी है और सिद्धार्थ है। अनूप, लेवी, सिद्धार्थ, आप तीनों का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने आपके शेड्यूल में से समय निकाला और आईपीएल ऑप्शन के ऊपर बात करने के लिए आपका टाइम दिया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू। एक ही बात कहना चाहूंगा बिगिन करने के पहले, राहुल, होपफुली वो पैसे हमारे किसे में आता तो अच्छा होता था, ठीक है? किसी और के किसे पे गया, दैट इज द ओनली पॉइंट टू बी नोटेड देयर। ओके,
Exactly.
sometimes I wonder कि why was I not a cricketer, you know, like even having a little bit of talent and get into one IPL, सारा प्रॉब्लम लाइफ का खत्म हो जाता था, ठीक है? सब सारा पैसा एक सीजन में अक्यूमुलेट करके फिर रिटायर हो जाओ यार, ठीक है?
चलिए, ग्रेट। चलिए, विदाउट एनी वेस्टिंग टाइम हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं। जो डेटा है वो मैं आपके साथ में फ्लोर पे रखता हूँ और इसके ऊपर हम लोग बात करेंगे। अनूप, मैं सबसे पहले आपसे स्टार्ट करता हूँ
ओके जी।
कि ये जो ऑक्शन हुआ और प्लस इस ऑक्शन के साथ में आपने क्या देखा, क्या रिव्यू किया, और प्लस मैं आपसे चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स, मुंबई इंडियंस और दिल्ली कैपिटल्स, इन 3 टीम्स का मैं आपके साथ में रिव्यू चाहूंगा कि
ठीक है
आपका
जी।
क्या व्यू है। और इस
ठीक
रिव्यू
है।
को हम लोग ऐसे कुछ करेंगे कि आप एक ओवरऑल टीम कॉम्बिनेशन बता सकते हैं, फिर ओवर
ओके।
प्राइज प्लेयर जो है, जो आपको
ओके।
लगता है वो आप बता सकते हैं। एक सरप्राइजिंग फैक्टर इस पूरे टीम कॉम्बिनेशन में क्या है वो भी आप बता सकते हैं। टीम का बैलेंस किस तरीके से इन्होंने रखा है। और एट द एंड आपकी तरफ से 3 प्लेयर, अनफॉर्चुनेट अनसोल्ड प्लेयर जो आपको लगता है कि ये होने
ओके।
चाहिए थे किसी भी आईपीएल टीम में, इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ टीम, पर वो नहीं हो पाए, तो वो भी आप शेयर कीजिएगा। So over
श्योर।
to you, Anup. Stage is yours, and data is with you for CSK.
Sure, we'll talk about CSK. Just as suggestion, like maybe I will finish CSK first, give some details of the first जो आपने point बताया था, right? We'll talk about that. उसके बाद maybe we go around the table. Then Siddharth
Sure.
and Levi can share about their teams. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
We can do that. We can do
yeah.
that.
So पहले तो CSK, right? First of all, आप जब भी CSK लोगे, right? उनका team combination, it is always been, like a steady factor, right? आप उनकी कोई भी टीम कॉम्बिनेशन कोई भी आईपीएल पे ले लो, दे हैव ऑलवेज बीन वन ऑफ दोस टीम्स दैट मेंटेन अ स्टेडी इनफ्लक्स ऑफ द स्टैंडर्ड सेट ऑफ प्लेयर्स, राइट? उनके टीम कॉम्बिनेशन एक ही तरीके से होता है। उनके प्लेयर्स जो पिक होते हैं वो एक ही तरीके होते हैं, एंड वो उन लोगों को बेनिफिट देते हैं जो एक्सपीरियंस लेके आते हैं, राइट? Unlike a lot of the other teams in the IPL, जो like they go with like either punts or younger lot जो अभी तक maybe like people who have not had a lot of IPL experience or cricket experience, they put a punt. But अगर आप CSK देखोगे तो they've always relied on a set of players, and it is always that हम English में बोलते हैं ना कि like it is always the combination that is given more benefit to, and rather than actually giving individual player the mileage, right? उनका team combination पे चलता है। तो if you ask me, Chennai Super Kings का जो combination wise, that was the first point you asked me, right? So essentially, what do you think of the overall combination that CSK have got? What they have got is a very good combination, taking into account their home ground, which is the Chepauk, right? चेन्नई का जो ग्राउंड है वो जनरली स्पिनिंग ट्रैक होता है, और अगर आप उनके पिक्स देखोगे तो दैट हैव बीन गियर्ड टुवर्ड्स दैट पर्टिकुलर ट्रैक। तो उनका जो स्ट्रैटेजी होगा, समझ लीजिए कि दे प्ले 7 or 8 गेम्स एट होम, राइट? सम नंबर लाइक दैट। आउट ऑफ द 14 गेम्स, आई थिंक 7 गेम वो घर पे खेलते हैं, 7 बाहर खेलते हैं, समथिंग लाइक दैट, राइट? तो 7 गेम में वो सारा स्पिन ट्रैक को मैक्सिमाइज करेंगे। उनके पास है रविचंद्रन अश्विन, which is a very good buy. I had actually predicted कि Ashwin will come back to Chennai, because बहुत important है राहुल ये फैक्टर, अगर आपने पहला आईपीएल देखा होगा तो द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ लाइक आइकॉन प्लेयर्स था उसमें 2008 में,
राइट, आइकॉन
जहां
प्लेयर्स
पे
है।
आपने देखा वी हैड सचिन तेंदुलकर, वो मुंबई के लिए गए, राहुल द्रविड़ वेंट टू बैंगलोर, राइट। उसमें क्या था कि आपका एक लोकल कनेक्ट था। अब आप जितने भी देख लो, पहले के काफी चेन्नई के टीम्स में चेन्नई रिप्रेजेंटेशन बहुत ही कम था। तो अगर मैं एक चेन्नई का सपोर्टर हूं और मैं तमिलनाडु से, मेरा नेटिव तमिलनाडु है, तो लाइक व्हेन आई लुक एट द टीम, राइट, आई एम अ मुंबई फैन, ब्लीड ब्लू है मेरे लिए, बट चेन्नई इज माय सेकंड फेवरेट टीम। तो ऑलवेज लाइक आई हैव ऑलवेज लुक कि वो लोकल फ्लेवर कहाँ है, एंड अश्विन ब्रिंग्स दैट लोकल फ्लेवर। सो वंडरफुल टू सी कि अश्विन हैज बीन पिक्ड। और अगर उनके स्क्वाड में आप देखोगे तो रियलिस्टिकली देयर स्क्वाड इज स्टैक्ड विद स्पिनर्स to ensure that they can take advantage of that home condition. So their idea is 7 मैच में से अगर मैं 5 या 6 भी जीत लूं with a spinning track and with the quality of spinners they have, right? Ravindra, Jadeja, Ashwin and Noor Ahmed, right? You cannot expect a better spinning combination to be playing on any spinning track, right? They have
राइट,
got all the bases covered there, right? And that is what they're looking to do. Maybe look at winning at least out of the 7 games that they play, 5 games, minimum 5, more than that 6, which means you are very, very close to the playoff. And they have taken some very nice picks. Agar aap is list pe dekhoge, to you have people like Mukesh Chaudhary, Sam Curran, right? Agar they go and play in a pitch जहाँ पे थोड़ी सी pace और bounce है, so these players can easily come up. और ये जो players हैं, ये सब like already एक बार चेन्नई में खेल चुके हैं, right? So like for example, Sam Curran is called as कड़ाई कुट्टी, अगर मैं तमिल में बोलूँ तो, ठीक है? He's called as young Turk in Tamil, ठीक है? So these players have got that linkage with Chennai as well, right? And obviously you have the best player ever to be born in India, MS Dhoni, in the team. So there is no question at all. Like in the modern generation, there can't be any better player than MS Dhoni. So I think they have a good combination to start. So from a combination perspective, I would say they have a good combination. They have covered almost all bases that you're looking for. Very smart purchases, which is what you expect out of Chennai Super Kings. So it is all in all a very good squad to start off, keeping their home condition in perspective.
राइट। तो इसमें ओवर प्राइस प्लेयर आपको कौन सा लगता है?
ओवर प्राइस प्लेयर मेरे को इसमें, आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनी मेजर ओवर प्राइस प्लेयर। द ओनली प्लेयर, इफ यू कैन स्क्रॉल डाउन, अगर आप मैंने एक प्लेयर का नोट डाउन किया था, व्हिच वाज नूर अहमद। 10 crores for Noor Ahmed, according to me, is a lot of overpricing. ऐसा नहीं कि नूर अहमद इज नॉट अ ग्रेट बॉलर, इट इज जस्ट आप देखोगे कि अश्विन का प्राइस 9.75 करोड़ है, ठीक है, और नूर अहमद का प्राइस 10 crore है. So when you look at Ashwin's experience and the fact that he's a local Chennai player with like 500 test wickets and amazing, he can bat as well. So I think like Noor Ahmed is one player who's overpriced, and also with the fact that they have both Ashwin and Jadeja there in the spinning combination, I'm just wondering कि वो नूर अहमद को fit कहाँ करेंगे. So that is going to be a challenge. So I think for the second question of yours, who is that overpriced player in Chennai? I would say it is Noor Ahmed, but he's a very good player. So maybe that is where the logic comes in.
Right. इसमें सरप्राइजिंग फैक्टर आपके लिए कुछ था या फिर ये ऐसा कुछ नहीं था आपके लिए?
सरप्राइजिंग फैक्टर मेरे लिए एक ही था. I was actually hoping for them to pick up अजिंक्य रहाणे, because generally चेन्नई जो टीम होती है, राइट, वो एक स्टेडी, उनके जो प्लेयर्स होते हैं, दे आर अ वेरी स्टेडी सेट ऑफ प्लेयर्स, राइट. आप देख लो बहुत सालों से वो एक ही तरह के प्लेयर्स पिक करते हैं, और वो पिक करते. तो अजिंक्य रहाणे का नॉट बीइंग इन द टीम इज अ सरप्राइजिंग फैक्टर फॉर मी. अनदर सरप्राइजिंग फैक्टर इज सम ऑफ द प्लेयर्स दे हैव पिक्ड. आप अगर उस लिस्ट पे देखोगे तो ये आपके पास दीपक हुड्डा है, राइट. दीपक हुड्डा हैज नॉट बीन इन एनी अमेजिंग डोमेस्टिक फॉर्म. राहुल त्रिपाठी जो बहुत ही अच्छे खिलाड़ी हैं, लेकिन उनका डोमेस्टिक फॉर्म इतना अच्छा नहीं है, लेकिन ये स्क्वाड में उन्होंने सारे लोगों को पिकअप किया है. सो दे हैव बेसिकली गॉन विद एक्सपीरियंस एंड पास्ट रिकॉर्ड, और उनका वही बिलीफ है कि द धोनी वे ऑफ डूइंग थिंग्स इज यू गेट प्लेयर्स एंड देन मोल्ड देम इनटू योर स्क्वाड. धोनी का काम करने का तरीका वैसा ही है, and Dhoni is still the boss man. You might say Ruturaj Gaikwad is the captain, but in that team Dhoni is the boss. Okay, so वो धोनी का स्टाइल के बेसिस पे ये स्क्वाड पिक किया गया है. And I think if you ask me, the surprising factor is Noor Ahmed का price. That is a surprising factor. And the two other points is they have picked up a lot of players on past experience, and I was very surprised कि Ajinkya Rahane was not part of their scheme of things, because I quite think that Ajinkya Rahane fits that kind of Dhoni wala mold. So I was very surprised when they didn't go for Ajinkya Rahane.
राइट। और धोनी जो है वो फास्ट बॉलिंग कॉम्बिनेशन में हमेशा स्विंग बॉलर्स को ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देते हैं। अगर हम
Correct.
चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स को राइट फ्रॉम फर्स्ट आईपीएल से लेके अभी तक के देखें तो जो भी उनकी फास्ट बॉलिंग कॉम्बिनेशन रहे उसमें हमेशा स्विंग बॉलर्स जो है वो हमेशा इम्पोर्टेंस धोनी पेस के बजाय स्विंग को ज़्यादा अहमियत देते हैं। तो इस कॉम्बिनेशन में आपको वो कौन से ऐसे बॉलर है जो उस कॉम्बिनेशन में फिट बैठते हुए दिखते हैं?
अगर आप देखोगे तो इनके कॉम्बिनेशन में अगर आप जस्ट इसको आप फिल्टर कर सकते हो ऑन बोलर्स, सो आई कैन प्रॉब्ली गिव यू अ लिटिल मोर फैक्टर। सो अगर आप बॉलर देखोगे यहाँ पे तो यू हैव मुकेश चौधरी, राइट, वन ऑफ देयर बॉलर्स, जो जनरल इज नॉट अ वेरी फास्ट बॉलर, राइट। कमलेश नागरकोटी इज अ प्रीटी फास्ट बॉलर, so I think they might have picked him for a fast pacier pitch. Sam Curran is again, like a general swing bowler, right? He's not a fast bowler. इस लिस्ट में अगर आप कुल्ली देखोगे तो like only if you see there कमलेश नागरकोटी है, I think there is also another bowler who's quite quick. बाकी सारा जो bowling combination है वो is essentially like more swing, more medium pace kind of bowler. और अगर आप एक और चीज नोटिस करोगे तो स्पिनिंग कॉम्बिनेशन में उनके पास कोई भी रिस्ट स्पिनर नहीं है। ये लिस्ट के सारे जो स्पिनर्स हैं दे आर ऑल फिंगर स्पिनर्स और ऑफ स्पिनर्स, राइट। और करेक्ट, सो दैट इज अगेन अनदर धोनी फैक्टर। अगर आप धोनी के इंटरनेशनल करियर में भी देखोगे तो ही ऑलवेज प्रेफर्ड फिंगर स्पिनर्स ओवर like wrist spinners. And similarly, even in the Indian team when he was the captain, right, he used to give a lot of mileage to people who are like general swing bowlers. Unka methodology is very simple. Have like multi-format or people who can do multiple things on a cricket field, which gives him that option to like decide what he wants to do basis of the match situation. Unlike some other squads which like to say I want to have like 4 fast bowlers or 3 fast bowlers, Dhoni ka methodology hota hai ki take a set of players who can give you multiple options on the field and then make best use of those multiple options. So it is purely the way Dhoni works. And how Dhoni works is how CSK works. They are a very clear squad. It's Dhoni who's the boss.
Absolutely. So, Siddharth, now I would like to come to you. और मैं आपसे स्टार्ट करूंगा गुजरात टाइटन से रिलेटेड। सो अगेन सेम सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चन कि क्या लगता है आपको ओवरऑल टीम कॉम्बिनेशन देख के?
देखिए, इन्होंने जो प्लेयर को रिटेन किया, देखिए शबनम के ऑब्वियसली ऑब्वियस चॉइस है, and they are nourishing him as a captain as well, so that was expected. Rashid Khan, all-rounder, bowling all-rounder, performs really well as well, ठीक है, so I was expecting that. Rahul Tewatia obviously थोड़ा इंडिया के लिए भी खेल चुके हैं, but I think he's a good pickup, तो ये expected था. Interesting क्या है, देखिए there is no clarity कि Josh Butler can he play full season or not, ठीक है, क्योंकि कई बार इंग्लिश क्या होता है ना, टुवर्ड्स द एंड हाफ ऑफ द आईपीएल अपना ये इंग्लिश समर भी शुरू हो जाता है,
इंग्लिश समर स्टार्ट हो जाता है।
हाँ, तो इन्होंने 15 करोड़ के 15.75 करोड़ दिया है, सो इट विल बी इंटरेस्टिंग टू सी। सिराज का पिकअप एक इंटरेस्टिंग है, ठीक है, अगेन सिराज को 12 करोड़ प्लस दिया है, फिर अपना प्रसिद्ध कृष्णा को 9.5 दिया है। आई वॉज नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग दैट ऑनेस्टली, where I feel like कि वॉशिंगटन सुंदर को थोड़ा ज्यादा दिया जा सकता था, कि बिकॉज एक तो स्पिनर है, ऊपर से बैटिंग भी करता है, सॉर्ट ऑफ एन ऑलराउंडर हो गया, ठीक है। और अगर आप एक बार नीचे जाइए, आई थिंक फास्ट बॉलिंग में इंटरेस्टेड था, हाँ, तो एक ही अपना ईशांत शर्मा, आई वॉज नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग हिम एज वेल, बट अगेन 75 decent pick. I think what they probably got is Glenn Phillips is probably a decent buy in 2 crore, especially जैसा उनका performance अपना Indian series में रहा. The guy can literally do anything in the field, bowling, batting, अच्छा fielder है, so that is a good buy for them. But I feel like Gujarat Titans, what they're trying to do is what Anupji said, similar way of doing, कि you grab a bunch of player, you nourish them, you hold on to them, and you build on them, ठीक है। तो I think they are going in the same way. इनका long term view है, ठीक है, एक फिक्स कैप्टन है, उसके अराउंड कुछ प्लेयर्स उनको रिवॉल्व करेंगे, ठीक है। So interesting pick. To me there was no surprises in this squad, honestly. I think इनका वो ना कंसिस्टेंसी रखना चाहते हैं अपने स्क्वाड में।
राइट। कोई ओवर प्राइस लगता है आपको इसमें?
ओवर प्राइस अगर आप थोड़ा ऊपर जाइए ना, ओवर प्राइस में आपको एक तो जैसे मैंने जॉश बटलर को बोला कि क्वेश्चनेबल, कि अगर वो पूरा सीजन खेलते हैं तो मे बी इट्स वर्थ इट, ठीक है। सो I think Siraj was a bit overpriced given his recent form, but maybe because उन्होंने ऑस्ट्रेलिया का ये टेस्ट मैच देखा था पहला, तो बोला नहीं ये फॉर्म में वापस आ गया, we can pay him a bit extra. But I honestly think he's a bit overpriced for that, what he can do in T20. Apart from that, I think सारे within a range है जितना expected था अपने को. I think, as I said, overall theme of the squad is consistency.
Right.
What they've done last year. Yeah. Sorry, one thing just came back to me is Shami. I was expecting them to retain Shami. Shami का अच्छा सीजन रहा था, मेरे ख्याल से दोनों सीजन उनके अच्छे रहे हैं, ठीक है। फर्स्ट में तो obviously they won, so that was a bit of a shocker to me. They were willing to spend 10-12 crore on Siraj, but not on Shami.
Right. Absolutely. So, Levi, if I come to you with Punjab Kings, so what do you think? Team combination कैसा है इनका? Levi, you are on mute.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
अच्छा, तो इन्होंने सिर्फ शशांक सिंह और ये पद्मा सिमरन सिंह को इन्होंने किया, बाकी का इन्होंने they just went on the auction, so I think they bought a few players. Arshdeep Singh, I think it was they paid a good price for it and exercised the RTM, so yeah, it was I think it was a decent buy. Shreyas Iyer was I think the second highest, if I'm not mistaken, purchase price mein. Look, he's a talismanic player, or having won the IPL last season, I think it was well, I guess deserved, and I think he can perform. So that's, I think that was the one good solid kind of, they wanted that iconic player out there, and I think they've paid the price for it. Ravindra Chahal was a good buy. I think a spinning option. Marcus Stoinis was a good buy, I think, and Glenn Maxwell again. These are, I mean, proven batters, all-rounders. Then you've got, which I could, Marco Jansen was I think it was an excellent purchase. Josh English, the wicketkeeper, was very good. Lockie Ferguson. So basically, Azmatullah Orakzai is a very good all-rounder. So I would say that at the first kind of glance, they've got in the auction itself, they took a chance, but I think they've got a good balance side. They've got a good batting captain. They've got some good spinner, some good all-rounders. Just they've got fast bowling option. You've got the Marco Jansen type, but I don't see any other, more established bowlers. As Arshdeep Singh is there, but I would hope to see a couple of more kind of mid-range or bowlers, but I don't see that. So that is my concern. For the Punjab Kings. So yeah, that's
overall team combination और कोई overhyped या फिर overpriced player आपको ऐसा लगता हो?
नहीं, I don't think कोई और, अगर आपने देखा यहाँ पर इनके पास 26.7 जो है biggest one, then you got Arshdeep Singh, which is like the informed bowler, and you got Yuzvendra Chahal, who's a world-class spinner. Right. बाकी if you look Marcus Stoinis all-rounder पे उन्होंने खर्चा किया है. If you look at these four, apart from that, you've got the next middle rung. I think they've gone in very, very discreetly. यहाँ पे बहुत discreetly उन्होंने they've paid the price where they had to pay, but the others, I think they did really well in the auction, I would think. But again, the bowling option, they could have done a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I think. Ji.
Rahul,
Okay.
I'll probably quickly add, Levi.
Yes, yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, I think I honestly question this Shreyas Iyer का जो 26 crore 26.75 दिया ना. I see this slightly differently. To me, I think they might have overpaid this. There is a couple of reasons for that. देखिए, ऋषभ पंत का 27 समझ आता है. ऋषभ पंत की massive fan following है, ठीक है. So obviously एक तो advertisements, other revenue sources create हो जाते हैं उसकी fan following के साथ. He's an X factor, ठीक है. Loved all around the. Shreyas Iyer, if you look at last 12 months, ठीक है, yes, he had an amazing IPL last time, लेकिन उसके बाद फिर अपना 50 ओवर के वर्ल्ड कप के बाद जो कंट्रोवर्सी हुआ कि डोमेस्टिक नहीं खेल रहे हैं, इंजरी है, टेस्ट में फॉल आउट हुआ, ड्रॉप आउट. सो आई वंडर, और अगेन ओपन क्वेश्चन फॉर ग्रुप कि भैया ज्यादा दिया है या फिर इट्स कैन यू जस्टिफाई इट?
I think,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
please go ahead. Please go ahead.
If you're
Please go
okay
ahead.
with it, so Siddharth, I'll tell you a few points from that perspective. Firstly, it is the management that is present there. So Ricky Ponting has closely worked with Shreyas Iyer when he was in Delhi, and he was captaining Delhi. Ricky Ponting has also closely worked with Rishabh Pant, right? These are the two main players. So when they went into this auction, they had like virtually the highest purse, right? Because they only retained two uncapped players, right? So उनका idea ये था कि either Rishabh Pant या Shreyas Iyer had to be picked, right? And it so happened that Shreyas Iyer was the first guy you picked from that bale that they picked up. So when Shreyas Iyer came along, right? Shreyas का दो advantages है, and I agree with Siddharth in terms of like marketability. Definitely Rishabh Pant holds much more marketability. Shreyas Iyer has got a very good IPL record. His captaincy skills are excellent. Rishabh Pant's T20 record is not amazing. अगर आप उनके IPL record भी देखोगे या T20 record भी देखोगे तो he is not absolutely amazing in terms of runs. He is an X factor. There is absolutely no doubt that 27 crores is richly deserved for him. But if you take them just on performance basis, right? Shreyas Iyer, in terms of captaincy, as well as the fact that he's led an IPL team to victory, just gives him that X factor. And jitna mujhe pata hai, Ponting is very keen to work with him because he's already worked with him. So Siddharth, I think the reason they were ready to pay is because one, they had the money, and they knew that either they had to pick Shreyas Iyer or Rishabh Pant, right? Which meant that because Shreyas Iyer came first, and they also expected that Rishabh Pant there would be a lot more bidding. So if they had gone onto a bidding war, like I'm sure, you saw the money that was paid by Lucknow Super Giants, right? I am sure, Lucknow Super Giants have even paid him 34, 35 crores as well, because for them, he's the biggest player that they want to get, right, as a captain. So in a bidding war, Punjab would have ended up paying a lot more money. So उनके पास जो 100 crore था, उस 100 crore में से they might have ended up paying to Rishabh Pant itself like 30 or 35 crores, which means they would have had very less money to build a whole squad because उन्होंने किसी को retain नहीं किया था. LSG में तो they had retained some players, so they had two choices, right? So in this case, मेरा view है कि they actually went for Shreyas Iyer. One, because he's a very comfortable to work with Ponting, and the fact that he was the first out of that pick that came along. So it was Shreyas Iyer because he came first. I think they went more hard on him and got him, and they didn't want to take the risk of going for Pant and not getting Iyer as well as Pant, which means you are dead in the water, right? You can't get another captain from any of the other spots. I think that is the logic which I feel.
एब्सोल्युटली. और जो दो पॉइंट अनूप ने बताया उसके साथ में श्रेयस अय्यर जो है वो एक कैप्टनसी मटेरियल भी है, जो कि क्योंकि उनके पास टीम में कोई और दूसरा उन्होंने रिटेन किया नहीं था, सिर्फ 2 अनकैप प्लेयर रिटेन किए थे, तो वो उनको एक डिफॉल्ट कैप्टन चॉइस भी मिल जाता है. सो शायद इस वजह से उन्होंने उनको शायद इतनी ज़्यादा प्राइस पे लिया होगा. सो अनूप, मैं वापस आपके पास आता हूँ, और जैसे आमची मुंबई या मुंबई इंडियन जो आपकी वन ऑफ द फेवरेट टीम है उसको लेके
one of the favorite
राइट,
first favorite team वही है, ठीक है.
एब्सोल्युटली. सो मुंबई की टीम की कॉम्बिनेशन को लेके आप क्या बोलते हैं?
I would say it's a very average combination. Mumbai Indians जब बहुत successful थे for the first 5 years, they had a balance and they always had a very good Indian core, right? Obviously, the 5 retentions that you see there: Jasprit Bumrah, Yadav, Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Rohit Sharma, Tilak Verma. These people are, like masters in whatever they are, right? तो उनका जो बैटिंग कोर टॉप 5 है, बारिंग बुमराह, द टॉप 4, राइट, सूर्या, हार्दिक, रोहित, तिलक, that complements the squad. On Jassi in the bowling would complement obviously the bowler. But what they had to do in this option, which I thought is actually build, the backup and the squad. अगर आप इस squad को पूरी तरह से देखोगे, तो good that they got back Trent Bolt. ठीक है, 2 दिन auction, because I was closely following the auction and I was very closely following Mumbai because Mumbai is my favorite team. In both days of the auction, मुझे ऐसा लगा कि they never went hard for any major player, any major Indian player. I mean, a guy like KL Rahul, right, could have been an asset to a Mumbai Indians, right? He can bat, he can wicket keep, he can play lower down the order, he can play upper down the order, and they don't have a wicket keeper, right? Because agar apne, you didn't pick any of the main wicket keepers, right? You didn't get back Ishan Kishan, you didn't go for any of the main wicket keepers. Now you are depending on a wicket keeper. यहाँ पे जो है, as far as I know, there is a young South African, I forgot his name, I think Ryan Rickelton, और उसके अलावा एक और प्लेयर है जैक मिन्स या कोई तो है जो विकेट कीपर है, रॉबिन मिन्स और समवन, राइट? सो हाँ, ये और जो रायन रिकल्टन है वो भी विकेट कीपर है. ओके, सो देयर फर्स्ट कॉम्बिनेशन में रायन रिकल्टन आएंगे. ठीक है, सो एसेंशियली बोथ ऑफ दीज आर अनटेस्टेड प्लेयर्स, राइट? तो I was mighty surprised that they didn't go hard for someone like KL Rahul, because that would have given good depth and a good backup for someone like Rohit Sharma, right? और इस स्क्वाड में अगर आप देखोगे तो इनकी लास्ट 4 इयर्स में जब दे हैव बीन अनसक्सेसफुल इन विनिंग द आईपीएल, उसका मेजर प्रॉब्लम है लैक ऑफ स्पिनर्स. अगर आपको याद है तो जब वो बहुत ही सक्सेसफुल थे तो उनके पास कृणाल पांड्या थे, एंड आई थिंक देयर वाज अनदर स्पिनर, आई एम नॉट एबल टू क्विकली रिकलेक्ट हिज नेम, बट ही वाज अनदर स्पिनर दैट दे हैड. So they always had that spinning. In last 4 साल जब उन्होंने स्ट्रगल किया है तो it has always been the lack of quality spinners. इस बार they have opted for a combination that is completely foreign, right? Because they could not get any Indian spinner, they didn't go for Yuzvendra Chahal, or they didn't go for Ashwin or any one of them. So they went with a complete foreign combination with Mitchell Santner, and according to me the best pick is the bowler from Afghanistan. If you scroll down, Allah Ghaznafar. Now I was actually rooting for Allah Ghaznafar to be picked because that person is an awesome spinner. Unka record, he's a magic kind of spinner. Unka record काफी अच्छा है T20 में, and he's slowly coming up for Afghanistan. He's got that mystery kind of bowler, nobody knows about him. So Allah Ghaznafar is a very good choice, but उनका spinning combination बहुत ही कम है. और दूसरा प्रॉब्लम राहुल इनके स्क्वाड में ये है कि who are your backup players. समझ लीजिए आप कि रोहित शर्मा इज इंजर्ड, ओके, या सूर्य कुमार यादव इज इंजर्ड इन द स्क्वाड. तो इफ यू स्क्रॉल डाउन दिस होल लिस्ट ऑफ प्लेयर्स, इनके जो बैकअप प्लेयर्स हैं, राइट, अश्विनी कुमार, श्रीजित कृष्णन, राज भावा, सत्यनारायण राजू, राइट, लिजर्ड विलियम्स. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि ये प्लेयर्स अच्छे नहीं हैं, दे कुड बी वेरी गुड प्लेयर्स व्हिच वी मे नॉट बी अक्रॉस बिकॉज दीस आर नॉट नॉर्मल नेम्स दैट ऑल ऑफ अस नो इन द जनरल टर्म्स. बट अगर इनके टॉप 5 या टॉप 6 जो कूल की पिक्स हैं उनमें से कोई भी इंजरी हो गया तो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अ स्क्वाड दैट विल स्ट्रगल टू पुट पीपल ऑन द फील्ड who have the experience of playing an IPL kind of tournament. So that is the biggest problem I see in the squad. Obviously, because they already had a very good retention, they didn't have to go for a lot of other players. But if I was sitting in that camp, I would have definitely gone for someone like KL Rahul. I would have definitely gone for Ishan Kishan because they carry that ethos. I would have gone for Krunal Pandya as well because Krunal Pandya was very successful when he was playing with in Mumbai, much more successful than the other squads he's been. So yeah, continuity would have been there. So I think कि ये squad में अगर आप देखोगे तो like that are the missing pieces. There is no good quality spin. The backup is very, very less. So you have to hope and pray as a Mumbai fan that Jasprit Bumrah, Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Rohit Sharma, Tilak Verma, Trent Bolt do not get injured. Another great pick here is Will Jacks. And I mean, I don't know, I'm sure when we talk about RCB, I'm sure people will talk about it. I was mightily surprised that RCB just let go of Will Jacks. And अगर आपने ऑप्शन तभी देखा होगा तो actually आकाश अंबानी got up from his seat, walked up to the RCB camp and actually shook hands with them, which is unprecedented in an auction कि आप कोई opposition camp पे जाके आप हाथ मिला के आओगे. Because Will Jacks is an excellent buy because he's got a great record and he will fit very well into the Mumbai setup. Another player they didn't pick back is Tim David, right, who was supposed to be the finisher when Kieron Pollard went out of the squad. So
Right.
ये एक अच्छा स्क्वाड है. Squad is not bad, but the backups are very less. तो ये सिनारियो में, अगर इनके सिनारियो में the top players में से कोई भी player goes away or they get injured, you are looking at a struggling Mumbai Indians squad. So that is
Right.
the positive and the negative side to this squad.
राइट. और अनूप, एक और चीज मुंबई इंडियन के साथ में होती है, जो आप भी बड़े वोकल रहते हैं हमेशा, क्या इस बार भी अर्जुन तेंदुलकर जो है बेंचेस पे वार्म करेंगे या खेलने का मौका मिलेगा?
That's always been the problem. I have never understood why you actually pick him up, because अगर आप उनको खिलाने नहीं वाले हो, तो just because उनके सरनेम में तेंदुलकर है, and obviously Sachin Tendulkar is closely associated with Mumbai, is that the reason? We do not know, because according to me, Arjun Tendulkar is a very good choice. He's a good player. उनको चांस नहीं मिलता है to showcase his talent. You know, like the biggest problem when you have people like Rohan Gavaskar, Arjun Tendulkar, is people start thinking कि oh, that's so Tendulkar का बेटा है या वो Gavaskar का बेटा है, he will do like. No, that doesn't work like that, mate. You cannot expect Rohan Gavaskar to be Sunil Gavaskar. You cannot expect Arjun Tendulkar to be Sachin Tendulkar, right? So important thing is आप अर्जुन तेंदुलकर को मौका दें और फिर आप काबिलियत को देखें, राइट? आप उनको मौका देते ही नहीं हो. आप उनको 2 गेम देते हो, 2 गेम के बाद आप निकाल देते हो. तो आज तक मैं ये नहीं समझ पाया कि why do they pick him. I'm happy that he's picked, but अगर इस बार I'm hoping that, you know, like they will give him a chance, but I have not seen them give a chance in the last 6-7 years. So I think it's just going to be another bench warmer. एक आध मैच में उनको चांस मिलेगा, and you know, like ऐसे चलता जाएगा वो, which I'm very sad for Arjun Tendulkar, because he's a very good prospect. He's an all-rounder. He can bowl, he can bat, and he's done very well for Goa. आप उनके रिकॉर्ड निकाल के देखो गोवा के लिए, जहाँ पे वो रणजी खेलते हैं, उनका रिकॉर्ड काफी अच्छा है for Goa. So my surprise is why did they pick him and not give him the chance?
Right. So सिद्धार्थ, नाउ मैं आपके पास आऊंगा डिफेंडिंग चैंपियन केकेआर को लेके.
राहुल जी, देखिए केकेआर, श्रेयस अय्यर वाज अ सरप्राइज फॉर मी. उन्होंने रिटेन नहीं किया, स्पेशली आफ्टर अ सक्सेसफुल, आपका लास्ट ईयर का कैंपेन सक्सेसफुल रहा था, तो शुड हैव हेल्ड इट. ठीक है, कोर बनाते. सो दैट वाज सरप्राइजिंग. बट देखिए, यूजुअल सस्पेक्ट्स हैं. रिंकू सिंह डन वेरी वेल, वरुण चक्रवर्ती मिस्ट्री स्पिनर, ठीक है. सुनील नारायण हैज डन रियली वेल फॉर देम. Andre Russells, ठीक है. हर्षित राणा. सो दैट्स प्रीटी गुड. ठीक है. वेंकटेश अय्यर को उन्होंने दिया 23.75. सो आई थिंक दैट मेक्स सेंस. हार्ड हिटिंग बैटर है, ठीक है. They can single-handedly win the game, so that's good. Again, Quanter Decock आ गया अपना विकेट कीपर, ठीक है. फिर अपना ये सेम goes with गुरबाज आ गया, another wicket keeper, ठीक है. So I think they're sort of, they retain the core except the अपना ये Ayer as a captain.
Right.
हाँ, but again I think they're going for consistency. Moeen Ali is another good one, all-rounder. उमरान मलिक फास्ट बॉलर, ठीक है. अगर आप थोड़ा नीचे जाइए एक बार, I'm interested in seeing their
21 players.
Again I'm struggling कि इनका फास्ट बॉलिंग कॉम्बिनेशन क्या होगा, वो उसमें थोड़ा देखना पड़ेगा इन लोगों को. अगेन उमरान मलिक है 1, probably एम्ब्रिश हो गया अपना साउथ अफ्रीका का 2, ठीक है. पर उधर ओवरसीज में भी यही होता है कि अपना 4 ही खिला सकते हैं. तो सो अगेन आई थिंक प्रॉब्ली एन अंडरकुक्ड फास्ट बॉलिंग अटैक, ठीक है. मे बी दे आर ओवर रिलायंट ऑन देयर स्पिनर्स. जो इनके 2 मिस्ट्री स्पिनर हैं, सुनील और वरुण, ठीक है. दे आर प्रॉब्ली ओवर रिलायंट ऑन देम, बट दे हैव डन वेल. सो मे बी आई थिंक दे आर गोइंग विद द स्ट्रेंथ. बट एनी थॉट्स गाइस?
Only one thought, if I can add, Siddharth. I think Venkatesh Iyer का जो price है, that is way overpriced. For Venkatesh Iyer to be the 3rd highest paid in the whole of auction is mightily surprising. I think it was more of, my personal views, it was more of an emotional purchase. I saw that whole auction and I could see that, you know, like RCB was going hammer and tongs, if I remember correctly. And I think it was an emotional pick from them. He's a good player, absolutely. I mean, he's from Indore, and I have lived in Indore, and Indore is very close to my heart. And Venkatesh Iyer is someone I know as well. So, you know, like I know I'm very happy for him कि उनको इतना money मिल रहा है. But being very, very honest, 23.75 crores for Venkatesh Iyer is a huge amount of investment. I expect that he probably will also be the captain of the team, given that they don't have any specific player from that list that I can see that is captaincy material. I think for the price they are paid, probably Venkatesh Iyer will lead the squad as well. But we're not yet heard from them. So let's see if that really turns out.
राइट एंड अनूप और सिद्धार्थ, मुझे एक और चीज लगती है कि यहाँ पर इन्होंने जो आंद्रे रसल को पिक किया, जो उन्होंने रिटेन किया है, आंद्रे रसल जो है वो थोड़ा सा पिछले कुछ आईपीएल हम लोग देखें, एक समय था जब इन्होंने 2-3 आईपीएल में डोमिनेट किया था, पर उसके बाद से अगर हम देखें तो कंसिस्टेंटली ये आईपीएल में फेल होते जा रहे हैं। अगर हम लास्ट टू लास्ट आईपीएल देखें तो 14 मैचेस में से 12 मैचेस में ये डबल डिजिट तक भी नहीं पहुंच पाए थे। सो वो एक प्रॉब्लम इनके साथ में है। ये उन 14 मैचेस में से शायद एक आधा मैचेस कोई आपको जिता के दे दे, जो अगर हम लोग पिछले इनके कुछ आईपीएल्स की बात करें तो इनको रिटेन करना ये एक थोड़ा सा मेरे लिए एक क्वेश्चनेबल चीज थी। और दूसरा अगेन जो वेंकटेश अय्यर की प्राइसिंग है, उस प्राइसिंग को लेकर जैसे अनूप ने बताया, इट इज वेरी ओवर प्राइस। और इस ओवर प्राइस के साथ क्या होता है, प्लेयर जो है ना एक थोड़े से प्रेशर में भी रहता है कि यार मुझे इतना प्राइस दिया गया है। तो वो हर बार मीडिया में या न्यूज़पेपर में आप देखेंगे कि इसका एक विकेट इतना का कॉस्ट आएगा या इसका एक रन इतने का कॉस्ट में पड़ेगा। तो वो एक मेंटली कहीं ना कहीं बड़ा एक प्रेशर क्रिएट होता है। और जब आप इस प्राइस के ऊपर थोड़ा सा भी जस्टिफाई नहीं कर पाते हो तो इमीडिएटली नेक्स्ट ईयर के ऑप्शन में आपकी प्राइस हाफ हो जाती है या हाफ से भी कम हो जाती है। ये हमने
मिचेल स्टार्क इज अ गुड एग्जांपल, राइट? मिचेल स्टार्क इज अ गुड एग्जांपल।
एग्जैक्टली, और भी कई सारे प्लेयर्स हैं। तो ये जो मुझे लगता है कि किसी भी प्लेयर को अगर 20 करोड़ के ऊपर मिलता है ऑक्शन में तो वो थोड़ा सा एक अलार्मिंग सिचुएशन पे ही रहता है वो प्लेयर हमेशा। और ये बहुत हाई प्रोबेबिलिटी होती है कि वो नेक्स्ट ईयर वो जो है वो नीचे आ जाए या फिर उसको रिटेन ना किया जाए, उसकी प्राइस कम हो जाए। ये एक चीज लगती है। और प्लस इस टीम के साथ में बॉलिंग जो है वो थोड़ा सा कमजोर है। इन्होंने वरुण चक्रवर्ती और सुनील नारायण के साथ में, ऑफ कोर्स दे आर ग्रेट प्लेयर्स, उनको रिटेन किया, इन्होंने बहुत अच्छा किया। और उनके ऊपर जैसा सेठ ने भी कहा कि ओवर रिलाई कर रहे हैं। उनके साथ में कोई दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन भी होना चाहिए। आप अगर इनके बॉलर में देखा जाए तो दूसरा फास्ट बॉलिंग ऑप्शन आपको वेंकटेश अय्यर के अलावा और कोई प्रोमिनेंट फास्ट बॉलिंग ऑप्शन दिखेगा भी नहीं। और वेंकटेश अय्यर जो है वो डोमेस्टिक सर्किट में भी कह लीजिए कहीं पर भी इतना बॉलिंग नहीं कर रहे हैं। इवन जो डोमेस्टिक मध्य प्रदेश की टीम में भी वो खेल रहे हैं वो सिर्फ एक बैट्समैन की तरह खेल रहे हैं, वो बॉलिंग नहीं कर रहे हैं।
और राहुल, इसमें एक और बात मैं आपको बताता हूँ, सॉरी टू कट यू देयर, आई थिंक दैट विल बी यूजफुल फॉर यू टू नो। विद इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर वाला जो रूल है, राइट, आईपीएल में, वेंकटेश अय्यर का चांसेस फॉर हिम टू बोल इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी वेरी लेस, राइट, बिकॉज ही विल बी प्राइमरली अ बैटर in that squad, right? Because of the impact player rule, right? So you will probably not need a Venkatesh Iyer to bowl. So essentially you are paid Venkatesh Iyer for his batting and talent only. So that is where I see a factor of problem. And I think Sid had a very valid point. Bowling is almost negligible here, right? There are hardly any fast bowlers in the squad that are threatening. I'm not saying ki bure bowlers hain. It's just that, they're not threatening bowlers. Umran Malik le lo, he can leak runs a lot. Spencer Johnson is, like commodity that we don't know too much about, right? Andrik Nortje is a very good fast bowler, but he can also leak runs with the kind of pace he brings to the attack. So, and also, आपने जो एक point बताया, right? सुनील नारायण, आंद्रे रसल, अगर आप ये दोनों को टीम में लोगे तो where are you going to get a guy like Quinton de Kock? Because फिर आपको अगर four people ही allowed है, right? The overseas player. तो अगर आपने सुनील नारायण, आंद्रे रसल, स्पेंसर जॉनसन और मोइन अली को डाल दिया, जस्ट एज अ नंबर आई एम टेलिंग यू, 4 नेम्स, राइट, या रोमन पॉवल को डाल दिया, राइट, whoever it is, then where do you fit another bowler, or where you're going to get a wicket keeper like Quinton de Kock, who's a good player? So those are the challenges, I think.
Right, absolutely. So लेवी, I would come to you. मैं लास्ट ईयर की जो दूसरी सबसे सक्सेसफुल टीम थी SRH, जो फाइनल में पहुंची थी, उसको लेके मैं आपके पास आऊंगा।
बिल्कुल,
उन्होंने 20 प्लेयर ही पिक किए हैं, शायद सबसे कम प्लेयर SRH ने ही पिक किए हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, हेनरी क्लासन द टॉप प्लेयर जिसने वर्ल्ड कप में ऑलमोस्ट इंडिया को स्कैर किया, उनको रखा। और पैट कमिंस को 18 पे रखा हुआ है, अभिषेक शर्मा ऑलराउंडर, ट्रेविस हेड World Cup again, and Nitish Kumar Reddy was a very good performance also in the latest test. So he's a very promising player. So that just shows you a batter, bowler, all-rounder, batter, all-rounder. That shows. And then they've got the new buy of Mohammad Shami. I think they made a very good choice. I think, especially after coming back, I think it's a very good choice. So you've got Pat Cummins and Mohammad Shami and with Nitish Kumar Reddy. As you can see how things are developing from a bowling perspective. And you've got Harshal Patel is an all-rounder. You've got that. I think he's a decent bowler as well. Rahul Chahar, he's again a bowler. Zampa, if you noticed in the World Cup last year, and even in the T20 World Cup, I think he is a very good bowler, especially in the shorter version of the game, where he's got very good control and he was picking up wickets at will. If you notice, if you look at his performance in the World Cup, especially, and I mean at that point in time, I was telling my friends, and he is the go-to person, and he was picking up wickets at will. So I think it's a very good buy for the SRH. I think coming to Mendes, I think that's a good buy. Again, I've seen him play in this past year, and I think it's a good buy. The one at the lower down, I can't comment too much, but I think कि उन्होंने जितना जो जितने players लिए हैं, they will look to they have a shorter list, but they have very focused list, right? वो उन पे पूरा like concentrate करके they know each and every member has their own core strength, and they will try to use them as maximum in the game, as opposed to buying 25 players and then keep benching most of them the bottom rung. And I think it's well, I mean, they get employment at the same time, but they never get any opportunity to showcase their skills, and that's the sad part of it, right? But I think they have the core is out there with Pat Cummins as I think the skipper. I think it's a very balanced side. Brendan Carr's overseas player, I think that was a good buy. I think as well. So yeah, that's my overall take on it. I think it's a very good, and I'm not surprised that they reached the finals of this year's tournament.
Right. Or I guess
just about to just say that Bryden Cars from England is a very good player. He's a good player. He's got good record. He's a good buy. Jadeja Unadkat is also a very good buy, because from an Indian fast bowling, right, he'll give you a good left armer kind of option as well, right? And they also have Adam Zampa and Rahul Chahar, who are both good spinners. So you're going to have two good spinners. You have obviously Pat Cummins, you have Nitish Kumar Reddy to do the job, and obviously the greatest pick there is Mohammad Shami. That is a cool pick, right? Think of their bowling attack, right? Pat Cummins, Mohammad Shami, backed up by Jadeja Unadkat with two spinners in Rahul Chahar and Adam Zampa. If you can get that squad onto a pitch, it's a pretty good bowling attack, right?
Right, absolutely.
Just to add to what Ahmed said, देखिए एक चीज और इन्होंने क्या की ना, इन्होंने ईशान किशन को जोड़ के अपना मिडिल ऑर्डर को और स्ट्रॉन्ग किया है, क्योंकि देखिए अपना ये ट्रेविस हेड और अभिषेक शर्मा, they will go berserk on the top, ठीक है. उसके बाद इन्होंने एंड्रिच, ईशान, ठीक है, and maybe couple of all-rounders after that. So they strengthen their middle order. Klassen, ठीक है. Last season में they've obviously done really well, but अगर वो कहते हैं ना कि वो प्रॉब्लम था तो उनको मिडिल ऑर्डर में था, ठीक है, कि what happens अगर ट्रेविस हेड जल्दी चला जाए या अभिषेक जल्दी चला जाए या दोनों जल्दी चले जाए, पर अब इन्होंने वहाँ पे भी स्ट्रेंथन किया है. और honestly I think it's a very strong squad, and most likely one of the कहते हैं ना they will
Leading
go far in
contender.
the season. Yes, they will
Leading
go far in the
contender.
season. Yes, definitely.
राइट। और आई थिंक सनराइजर हैदराबाद ने ना पिछले कई सीजन की जो उनकी नाकामयाबी थी उसको मेरे ख्याल से लास्ट सीजन और इस सीजन में काफी अच्छे से एनालाइज किया है और उसको उस एनालिसिस को उन्होंने टीम कॉम्बिनेशन में ट्रांसलेट किया है और वो चीज हमको लास्ट सीजन में भी देखने को मिली और इस सीजन में उससे भी ज्यादा अच्छे से देखने को मिली। उन्होंने पूरा 25 मेंबर का अपना स्क्वाड नहीं बनाया, उन्होंने 20 मेंबर का ही बनाया, पर बड़ा फोकस्ड बनाया और इसके अंदर लेवी ने और बाकी सब ने बड़ा अच्छे से एनालाइज किया कि फास्ट बॉलिंग हो, स्पिन बॉलिंग हो या उनका बैटिंग लाइनअप हो, हर एक चीज बड़ी बैलेंस्ड है। और अब तक की जितनी हम लोगों ने अभी तक स्क्वाड को रिव्यू किए, आई एम श्योर एक एसआरएच का और एक सीएसके का, ये दो स्क्वाड थोड़े से बड़े एक हर एक चीज में एक टिक 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 बॉक्सेस होते हुए हमको दिखते हैं। बाकी सब टीमों में कहीं ना कहीं एक या दो चीजें प्लस माइनस दिख रही है, पर ये चीज है और स्पेशली अगर हम लोग अभी एसआरएच की बात करें तो ये एक बड़ी बैलेंस और बड़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग साइड ऑन पेपर लग रही है। अगर यही इनका कैलिबर ग्राउंड में भी दिखा तो नो सरप्राइज कि शायद ये इस बार चैंपियन भी बन जाए।
And just one more player you have to look at the squad, Simarjit Singh, जो actually CSK के साथ he had a very good series last year, right, in the IPL. Simarjit was one of the leading lights for CSK last year. So they also have got Simarjit Singh, who's like a good bowler who can he's a hit the deck kind of bowler, and he can really operate in the middle overs. So once you get with Pat Cummins and Mohammad Shami, like a guy like Simarjit Singh can easily come in and support them in the middle over. So it's a very balanced squad, and they have actually put the money where the right people are. So it's a very good squad.
Absolutely. Anup, Delhi Capital, what do you think?
It's a very good squad, mate. अब मैं आपको एक और चीज बताता हूँ. Delhi Capitals have always been very smart in ensuring कि जब वो ऑक्शन में जाते हैं ना, वो कोई बहुत सारे प्लेयर के लिए पैडल अप करेंगे जो बड़े बड़े प्लेयर हैं. काफी प्लेयर के प्राइस लाइक उनके पैडल अप जाने से काफी लोगों के प्राइस बड़े हैं, जो वो तो नहीं लेते हैं, लेकिन they ensure that somebody who's picking them up ends up paying a lot more funds. Like Delhi Capital has got a very balanced squad. अगर आप देखोगे तो उनके retentions were very good. What they have acquired in the auction, Mitchell Stark, great choice, and obviously you have Natarajan, right? अगर आप देखोगे तो he's probably one of the best dead bowlers you have, along with Arshdeep Singh. So I was hoping that Mumbai will actually go for him, but again another case of Mumbai not going for any of those named players. So I think Natarajan is a very good pick from their squad. Harry Brook, amazing kind of England player. And obviously they have that attacking Jake Fraser McGurk, which we all know is a great player as well, right? He can do it. और इसमें से सबसे बड़ा surprise मेरे लिए था Faf du Plessis, right? If you look at the DC as a team, right, they don't have a captain at this point of time, right? We don't know who is going to literally captain the team. We are hoping it's KL Rahul before we come to KL Rahul, right? So at least you have someone like Faf du Plessis who can give you good leadership if needed. More importantly, Faf du Plessis would be a good replacement in the event Jake Fraser McGurk does not play as well, right? Because unka domestic form has been very poor. Unka international form has been very poor as well, barring the IPL. So if Jake is not doing great, you can easily get someone like Faf du Plessis who can come in and like do that enforcer. And Faf ka record even in other tournaments has been excellent. He's been in great form. So he's a good pick as well. And I would add that when you look at it, they have probably the best priced. अगर आप मुझे पूछोगे कि इस ऑक्शन में सबसे ज्यादा value buy कौन है, तो I would say it is KL Rahul at 14 crore, right? Think of this guy, right? He can bat, he can wicket keep, he can lead a team, he can play at 1, he can play at 4, he can play at 6. You can ask him to play anywhere. He's one of the most flexible players that you can get. And to get him at 14 crores is a steal, to be honest. He's a guy who could easily have got 20 plus crores if he had come a little ahead in the auction, because unka number jahan pe auction mein aaya, to at that point of time, like they got a very good buy in this guy. So I think they have a very balanced squad. Unka bowling attack is very good. Mohit Sharma hai, right? He's a good bowler again. You have various other options to take. Natarajan is there, and there is Mitchell Stark in their fast bowling. Obviously, they have Kuldeep Yadav, who's their primary spinner, right? They have various other people as well who can do a good job. They've got Karun Nair, who's a very good player. Sadly, like he's not had opportunity. So Karun Nair is a very good player as well. So I would think Delhi Capitals have done a very good job in the auction. I think it's a very balanced squad with a lot of good names and a lot of good buys. But the biggest question is who is going to be like the leader of this team, right? And who is going to take
Right.
that vision forward? Delhi ka problem always has been they always go till the end but never reach that final goal post. They have the team to take them to the finals and probably win this tournament as well. But the biggest question would be like, can they take that one step ahead, which they have not been able to do till now? So that is the big question that has to be answered. Squad wise, it's a very balanced and a very good squad. Like they've got every base covered.
Right. So
Rahul, sorry,
yes,
I
please.
quickly add this for group as well, and maybe we can discuss this. Prithvi Shaw, he went unsold, and maybe shocking is not the right word for me. I was slightly shocked, but sad, more of the sad at the same time. Given yaar, I've been watching this guy since what 2019 जो under 19 का World Cup था, उसके बाद से इतना बड़ा downfall, and I really feel sorry for him as well as for the Indian cricket, क्योंकि genuinely talented बंदा है, ठीक है, but it's just, you know what they say, behind the scene what happens matter more than what at the front. So yeah, I'll leave that for the group for discussion, but yeah, extremely sad.
एक्सट्रीमली हम लोग इसके ऊपर डिस्कस करेंगे. थोड़ा सा हम लोग टीम कॉम्बिनेशन को फाइनल कर लें, फिर उसके बाद हम लोग अनसोल्ड प्लेयर के ऊपर भी आएंगे, और डेफिनेटली पृथ्वी शॉ उसके अंदर से वन ऑफ द एक डिबेटिंग पॉइंट रहेगा. सो बट सेट उसके पहले मैं आपसे एलएसजी के बारे में पूछूंगा. व्हाट्स योर व्यू?
देखिए, LSG again, to me Nicholas Pooran at 21 crore is little surprising, ठीक है. तो hard hitter हैं, obviously made for T20, but at 21 crores an overseas player, I think we probably have paid a little bit extra for this person, ठीक है. Obviously देखिए ऋषभ पंत के पीछे तो वो हम सबको पता पड़ गए थे, उन्होंने लेना ही था, ठीक है. So again, maybe it's a premature to say, but maybe they want to build their squad around Rishabh Pant. Maybe they see him as a long-term, most likely a captain as well, and revolve around him. Ravi Bishnoi, like really good, obviously spinner. ठीक है. फिर Mayank, Mohsin Khan, I think they're decent. So इन्होंने जो core retain किया उसमें 3 bowlers हैं. So which I think I like that. To me, I think the bowlers will win you T20 games. Okay. Fair rest of the decade, Aiden Markram on 2 crore, I think it's a good buy given the guy can bat and bowl. So it's not a bad buy for 2 crore. David Miller, a little bit probably overpaid for David Miller if you ask me, because the guy with his age, the performance has dipped as well internationally or other T20 leagues may. Mitch Marsh, again, a good buy for 3.4 crore. I think it's a very good buy. Hard hitting batsman hai, aur jo Big Bash mein he's very highly sorted. So I think it's a very good buy. Overall, I honestly think it's a good team. I think overall balance hai inke paas. Fast bowlers bhi hain, couple of good spinners bhi hain, theek hai. Decent overseas players bhi hain. And the other good thing is, which I'm extremely keen, is Shamar Joseph. जो शमार जोसेफ ने जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में किया था, for to get that person for 75 lakh, I think even if you win you a couple of games or just purely, I think it's कहते ना, you get more value from this guy. So extremely excited. Overall, I think it's a balanced squad. I'm struggling to see any weakness in this squad.
Right. मुझे एक चीज लगती है सिद्धार्थ. Yes, Levi, please go ahead. Then
आप बोले पहले बात मैं उससे.
Okay. सो मयंक यादव को जो उन्होंने 11 करोड़ में रिटेन किया है ना, आई एम वेरी एक थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन है कि इनकी फिटनेस के ऊपर, क्योंकि लास्ट सीजन में भी हम लोगों ने देखा इन्होंने सिर्फ 2 या 3 गेम खेले, फिर उसके बाद ये अनफिट हो गए. फिर अभी जब वो इंडियन टीम में भी आए थे उस समय भी उन्होंने 2 गेम खेले, उसके बाद वो अनफिट हो गए. तो उनकी फिटनेस को लेके आई एम स्केप्टिकल कि वो पूरा सीजन खेल पाते हैं या नहीं खेल पाते हैं. उस हिसाब से 11 करोड़ में इनको रिटेन करना वो एक थोड़ा सा मेरे लिए एक ओवर प्राइस है. शायद मुझे ये लगता है कि जो इनका एक ऑरा बन गया था लास्ट आईपीएल में कि ही इज द फास्टेस्ट बॉलर, तो वो चीज़, वो कहीं ना कहीं एसेट जो थी वो लखनऊ की टीम शायद ओपन ऑक्शन में नहीं जाने देना चाहती थी कि ये एक जो एक ऑरा जो बना हुआ इनका वो एक हमारे साथ ही रहे, तो इसलिए शायद उनको रिटेन करना उन्होंने ठीक समझा। बट अगर ये फिट रहते हैं और ये इनकी अप टू द मार्क, अप टू द पोटेंशियल पे खेलते हैं, तो ये लखनऊ टीम को 14 में से कम 3-4 मैच अपने बल पे जिता के दे सकते हैं, ऐसा मुझे लगता है।
मैं ऐड करना चाहता हूँ इसके अंदर, आप मेरे को थोड़ा हेल्प कीजिए इधर, आप मुझे
जी
बैटर
जरूर।
गिना दीजिए, बैटर्स। यहाँ पर बैटर देखोगे आप, निकोलस पूरन, ठीक है, देन यू गो टू ऋषभ पंत, डेविड मिलर, मिचेल मार्श,
आयुष बदोनी,
yes, yeah,
अब्दुल
and
समद।
I mean, I'm saying that if you look at this, there are only 4 or 5, and that too, I think, to be very honest, if you look down the list, bowling department, they've covered it very nicely, at least as best as good as it gets. But I think in the batting department, I would give a little more padding there, 1 or 2 players, good quality players here, as opposed to, if you go down the list, कितने player इन्होंने लिए, 25 लिए, कितने 22 लिए, कितने
24 लिए इन्होंने,
हाँ वही तो कह रहा हूँ, 24 लिए इन्होंने, right?
24।
So I think थोड़ा सा बैटिंग में लाइट है, a little bit more. This is just my opinion. If they had just pay a little bit more attention to get at least 1 or 2 more quality batsmen, I think would have done a whole lot of good for them. That's my opinion.
Right. Okay. So, Levi, I will come to you with the team जो बड़ी एक हाइप रहती है पर वो कभी जीत नहीं पाई, आरसीबी।
जी जी जी, अगर आपने देखा होगा, इन्होंने ऑब्वियसली विराट कोहली, व्हिच इज अ टैलिस्मैनिक प्लेयर फॉर देम, उसको रिटेन किया है, रजत पाटीदार हु इज द बैटर, उसको रिटेन किया है, और यश दयाल हु इज अ बॉलर, उसको रिटेन किया, ठीक है, ओके। तो दे टुक अ बिग चांस, चलो ठीक है, टू बिल्ड अ टीम अराउंड दैट। इन्होंने आई थिंक फिल सॉल्ट इज अ गुड प्लेयर एट 11.5, I think he opens, I think, for England, or one down or something. He's a good. Liam Livingston, again, England ka, he's a all-rounder, is a good player. Josh Hazelwood for 12.5. Look, he is he's been a phenomenal bowler for Australia, and even in this Test match, his performance was one of the better ones, like from other players. So I think that's a good. Krunal Pandya, I think, was a good buy. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, I think that was a great buy for 10.75. I think it was a very good buy for them. Who else I think that stands out for me is Devdutt Padikkal. I think was a good buy for 2 crores. I think it was I think it was a decent buy. But Lungi, go down first, please. I think for 1 crore, Lungi is a good buy from South Africa. I've seen his bowling. He's decent bowler. So Nuwan Tissera, I think. See, if you look at this one, अगर आपने ये लिस्ट देखोगे, तो इनके पास बहुत अच्छे बैकअप्स भी हैं, क्वालिटी है इनके पास। इन्होंने लिए हुए हैं ओवरऑल, इन्होंने क्वालिटी प्लेयर्स लिए हैं, और लॉट ऑफ देम आर ऑलराउंडर। तो आपके पास अगर कोई भी सिचुएशन आ गई ना, यू कैन एक्चुअली लेवरेज दैट। तो I mean, that is my if you go up, just scroll up a little bit. Yeah, so you've got I think they've got I wouldn't say they've got a great chance of coming to the top, to the qualification, but look, that's the team they've got. I think they've from a bowling Yash Dayal, you've got Josh Hazelwood and Bhuvneshwar Kumar, which is going to be the mainstay. And then you got Virat Kohli, Patidar, Phil Salt, Liam Livingston, and Krunal Pandya. I think those going to be the built around that. It's an okay kind of thing, I would say. Nothing, no great shakes, I would say. Please feel free to contribute here.
I'll give you another point. I'll give you another point in this team. They do
Sure.
not have a single left-hander in the playing 11. See the full list of players. Sare right-handers hain. I'm assuming here
Krunal Pandya?
Krunal Pandya is the only left-hander there, and Krunal
Okay.
Pandya is not a great batter. Right? He's an average all-rounder in that sense, right?
Anup, your
Agar
voice is
aapne-
quite low.
Yeah. So as I was saying, can you hear me now? Okay. So
Yeah,
essentially,
much
if you
better.
look at it, left-handed players in their primary 11 is very less. So if you are an opposition, you can easily set up the game pretty well, because almost everyone who's going to turn up on that primary playing 11 is going to be a right-hander, barring Krunal Pandya, because I don't expect Devdutt Padikkal to play almost all the games. So which means that is one challenge. Look at their spinners. They don't have too many spinners as well, right? Barring Suyash Sharma and Krunal Pandya, I don't see any major spinner here, which is going to be a major challenge. And in the auction, I was mighty surprised with this team. They went with 83 crores. I think they had the second biggest purse after Punjab Kings, and they didn't go for any player. I mean, I could not believe the auction strategy that they had. I mean, they had maybe a plan which I'm not across, but at least from a very person seeing it from outside, it was mighty surprising that they didn't go for KL Rahul, because KL Rahul had openly, said that he's interested to play back for his home team, right? Which is Bangalore. So essentially, I was mighty surprised that they didn't really go for them, and I was very surprised, as I told you, like they just left away Will Jacks, who was one of their top performers last year. So all in all, the squad seems to be either इनका problem always has been that they've always had a top heavy batting. तो उन्होंने क्या किया है कि उस problem, and they've always been top heavy, right? They've always had big names and they've always struggled, right, in the middle order. So I think इस साल उन्होंने क्या किया, rather than go for any big name, they've gone the other way. They've gone completely the other side by picking up value buys in this whole squad rather than go for bigger players, barring Virat Kohli. Obviously he's the biggest, but other than that, you don't see you can say Tim David is a very, very good pick as well. But other than that, they haven't really gone for any big name player. They have actually tried to do a balanced squad. Now, in a place like Chinnaswamy, you will need Josh Hazlewood and others to bowl well, because in that pitch, you cannot defend the target at all. So it's a good bowling attack. From a fast bowling perspective, we have Josh Hazlewood who will do a good job. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar is a good pick as well. So unka fast bowling looks a lot more sorted than this time around, but their spin attack is pretty weak. And I don't think they have completely solved all their problems that always result in them not winning the competition. It's a balanced squad, but it has got a lot of loopholes, which are going to be difficult in a run of a competition where if some other teams exploit it very well, probably this team will struggle to make a lot of inroads. But we could be proved wrong. Maybe Virat Kohli will lead them to the title. By the way, there's a big going on. Who is the captain of the
I was about to ask कि इसके अंदर विराट कोहली के अलावा और कोई प्लेयर इस लिस्ट में ऐसा दिखता नहीं है जो इसको टीम को लीड कर सके.
That is my biggest problem, right? Because Virat Kohli can become captain, but Virat Kohli is not a young man anymore. So it's not that he's going to play forever.
Probably वो एक सरप्राइज के तौर पे रजत पाटीदार का नाम अनाउंस करें.
I doubt it. I think it might be Virat Kohli. They might do Rajat Patidar, but I don't think Rajat Patidar has reached that point where he can probably lead this kind of squad, because RCB has got a lot of fan following. They are like CSK and MI, right? The pressure of leading a team like RCB is a lot higher than when you lead a LSG or some other team, because they are still a young team. RCB has got a fan following. There's a lot of pressure for them to win that cup. So I doubt whether it will be Rajat Patidar, but you never know. They might pull out a rabbit out of the hat. But all looking good, I think it is going to be Virat Kohli who is going to captain this team. That's what it looks like, and that's what all the chatter has been, that Virat Kohli will come back to lead the squad. I think it's a good choice. Put back Virat on the leadership role. I think he's probably the best captain India has had in the recent times, and why not Virat Kohli, right? He's anyway going to play for 3 years. He's not going to go anywhere. Until he has such a loss of form that he retires to retire next year, he's not going to go for 3 years. He has told that he's going to spend 3 years in the team. Clearly, already before the auction itself, he said that I'll complete 20 years with RCB, which means he's clear that he's going to spend the next 3 years with RCB. So probably they will look at Virat Kohli, and maybe towards the third year, when another auction cycle comes, they might want to get somebody else to captain that squad. But let us see where RCB lands. It's a balanced squad, but it's not a great squad. That's my view.
Right. Sid, you were saying something?
यार
आप कुछ बता रहे
हाँ, अनूप की बात में ऐड करता हूँ ना, टू मी इट्स एन अपॉर्चुनिटी लॉस्ट फॉर आरसीबी। जैसे अनूप ने बताया भैया उनके पास सेकंड बिगेस्ट पर्स था, ठीक है, दे कुड हैव डन मीनिंगफुल। I can understand that why they are moving away from top heavy या फिर star heavy, totally understand that, and I think that's a decent strategy, but वो एकदम एक्सट्रीम हो गया, ठीक है, they totally missed that thing. I think अगर वो केएल राहुल को इसमें लेते और बोलते कि भैया we will revolve around KL and we will build a team around him, Virat obviously would have supported Rahul as well. So that's, और स्पेशली राहुल का कितना 14 करोड़ में बिके थे राहुल, 14-15।
14 करोड़।
हाँ यार, like that's again yeah, they had the money, they could have easily gone with it. Spinner again, missed opportunity, ठीक है। So I think yes, underwhelming squad, yeah. I personally had high expectation, and once you see this on paper, it's like probably another year of missed opportunity for RCB.
Think of it, right?
Right.
You paid 11.5 crore for Phil Salt, and all you have to do was pay 3 more crores for KL Rahul, right? So, I mean, Phil Salt is a great player, but think of it, right? KL Rahul gives you an Indian wicketkeeper, Indian batter, Indian leader, Indian middle order player. He can do so many things. So, and he's a Bangalore boy, right? Which means you're getting your home captain as well into the squad. He knows the Chinnaswamy Stadium in and out. Why wouldn't you pick him in the squad? It beats me to understand until there is something that we all don't know. Okay.
Absolutely. So now एक आखिरी टीम बचती है राजस्थान रॉयल. लेट मी ट्राई टू टेक इट. सो ओवरऑल अगर राजस्थान रॉयल को हम लोग देखा जाए तो इन्होंने ये एक ऐसी टीम थी जिन्होंने अपने पूरे रिटेंशन कार्ड जो थे उसको यूज किया और बड़े अच्छे से यूज किया. और इसमें इन्होंने संजू सैमसन, जायसवाल, रियान पराग और ध्रुव जुरेल, हेटमायर और संदीप शर्मा, इनको रिटेन किया. बड़े अच्छे प्राइस में भी इनको सबको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया. फिर उसके बाद एक जो चीज जो मुझे इनके टीम में बड़ी एक सरप्राइज के तौर पे लगती है, या आई एम नॉट श्योर, जोफ्रा आर्चर को जो इन्होंने 12.5 करोड़ दिया है. आई हैव अ डाउट कि इस प्लेयर की फिटनेस कितनी है. ये बहुत समय से इंग्लैंड के साथ में खेला भी नहीं है और थोड़े मैच खेलता है फिर ये अनफिट हो जाता है. तो मुंबई ने भी इसको पिक किया था बट वो पूरे सीजन में नहीं था, अवेलेबल नहीं था. नेक्स्ट सीजन में मुंबई के साथ में खेला, अगेन थोड़े से मैच खेला और फिर चला गया. तो ये कितना इनके लिए पूरे सीजन में अवेलेबल रहेगा, ये एक मुझे डाउट लगता है. और एक बड़ा सरप्राइजिंग फैक्टर मुझे लगा कि इन्होंने वैभव सूर्यवंशी को पिक किया है जो कि सिर्फ 13 साल का लड़का है और उसको 1 करोड़ के ऊपर प्राइस दी है. ऑफकोर्स उसने अंडर 19 टीम में सेंचुरी बनाई है, शायद वो भी एक रीज़न हो सकता है कि इसका नाम बड़ा हाईलाइट हुआ, फेमस हुआ और वो उसको स्क्वाड में पिक करना चाहें. बट आई एम नॉट श्योर कि उसको प्लेइंग 11 में कितनी जगह मिल पाएगी या नहीं मिल पाएगी. बट ओवरऑल अगर इनकी टीम को देखा जाए तो उन्होंने इनकी टीम का जो कोर है उसको इन्होंने डिस्टर्ब नहीं किया है और उस कोर के सराउंडिंग इन्होंने अपनी बाकी सारी टीम पूरी मेंटेन करी है या उसको बनाई है. तो ये आई एम श्योर एक नई थोड़ी सी सोच है और अगर ये चीज़ इनको इनके कोर जो टीम मेंबर्स हैं वो बाकियों को अच्छे से डेवलप करके आगे लेके चलते हैं तो ये अच्छा रिजल्ट प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं. पर ओवरऑल जितना इनका अच्छा सीजन लास्ट टाइम था, जो ये टॉप 4 तक भी पहुंचे थे, अनफॉर्चुनेटली ये आगे नहीं बढ़ पाए. पर अगर ये उस लेवल को मैच कर पाए इस टीम के साथ में तो आई वुड से विक्ट्री फॉर राजस्थान रॉयल. बट अगर उतना नहीं कर पाए तो फिर कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा इनको कॉम्बिनेशन के बारे में सोचना पड़ेगा.
I'll add a couple of points, Rahul, if it's okay.
Sure.
Who are your bowlers here, right? अगर आप इधर देखोगे तो think of it, right? Mahesh Tikshana, Wanindu Hasaranga, foreign players. Jofra Archer, foreign player, right? Quene Mepaka जो हैं वो भी foreign player, right? इनके जो रिटेंशंस हैं उसमें शिमरान हेटमायर इज अ फॉरेन प्लेयर, करेक्ट? आप 4 फॉरेन प्लेयर खिला सकते हो, राइट? तो अगर आपने शिमरान हेटमायर, जोफ्रा आर्चर, महेश तीक्षणा और वानिंडू हसरंगा को डाल दिया स्क्वाड में तो आप इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर सिर्फ एक इंडियन प्लेयर को लेके आ सकते हो, करेक्ट?
राइट.
So who
Right.
is going to be your Indian fast bowlers in this squad? When you whatever you're showing me on screen, I mean, correct me guys, Siddharth or Levi, I can't see any major Indian fast bowler here, right?
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
others,
Sandeep
spinner wise,
Sharma,
बस एक
Sandeep Sharma is one,
संदीप
but
शर्मा
not a
है.
major one. Yeah, yeah.
correct.
Right.
No? Sandeep Sharma, you're right. But again, Sandeep Sharma, like you said, is a good bowler, but he's not a premier bowler, right? Spinner wise, Mahesh Tikshana, and I think Mahesh
हसरंगा.
Tikshana is your spinner, right? Vanundu Hasaranga भी है, right? वो भी
तरंगा भी है
हाँ तो
इधर।
करेक्ट ना, तो ये दो स्पिनर है आपके, तो ओके, एंड
नीतीश
अगेन
राणा
अनदर फास्ट बॉलर,
नीतीश राणा
Sorry,
और फजल फारूकी है।
again
These are
Fazlak Farooqi will
Afghanistan.
be Afghanistan के बाहर के bowler है, right? When you are a foreign
हाँ.
player, you can't have 5 or 6 foreign players, right?
Yes.
तो ये किसको लेंगे is my biggest question in this team, कि इनका
Hmm.
fast bowling combination क्या होगा, इनके spin bowling combination क्या होगा, and maybe they might have to, you know, like start compromising. They might have to like say Shimron Hetmeyer might not play every game, which is going to be a big problem because Shimron Hetmeyer is your main hitter in the team. And Rahul, you had a very valid point. If you ask me, you're 100% right. I can't believe that you would pay 12.5 crores for Jofra Archer, given the injury and the fact that England have cotton wooled him. There's a good possibility that the England might say that, you know, like he can't play all the 14 games because of the fact that, you know, they have to like ensure that his long-term fitness is maintained for England cricket, right? Which is what is important than anything else. So they have put a lot of money on Jofra Archer, which is exactly what Mumbai did, and, you know, like burned their fingers. And I think this is another case of another burning of fingers with Jofra Archer. So I think it's not a great squad to go deep into the competition. I think when you have squads like SRH or Delhi Capitals, and, you know, like maybe Chennai Super Kings with their consistency over the years, and even Mumbai with the fact that they have a good core, I doubt whether this squad has got the depth to go forward. But yeah, who knows? You know, like Rahul Dravid might do some magic, which none of us know about.
तो एब्सोल्युटली, और पूरे अगर हम लोग जितना अभी तक एनालाइज किया देखा, तो उसके अंदर से एक चेन्नई, अपना अपने ये हैदराबाद, दिल्ली, और एक और शायद लखनऊ, ये कुछ टीमें हैं जो थोड़ा सा बैलेंस कॉम्बिनेशन बड़ा ठीक बिठाने में कामयाब हुई है. बाकियों की टीम में कहीं ना कहीं कुछ ना कुछ चीजें प्लस माइनस जरूर है. अब मैं एक चीज पे आता हूँ,
सॉरी वन सेकंड ना, एक चीज और ना, राजस्थान रॉयल में आई जस्ट क्लिक्ड कि to me the most exciting part would be opening partnership of Sanju and Yashasvi, because to me that is a potential opening partnership for India as well in T20. So एक ये one of the must watch होगा जिसका long term implication. But yeah, sorry to butt in there in the middle.
No, absolutely valid point. अब थोड़ा सा हम लोग चलते हैं कि जो एक अनफॉर्चुनेट प्लेयर्स रहे जो मिस हो गए, इसके अंदर भी बड़े टॉप और बड़े हैवी वेट नाम है. अगर मे बी इफ आवर ग्रुप कैन पिक 3 names, तो अनूप, मे बी आई स्टार्ट विद यू.
Sure. For me, it is David Warner in this whole list, because David Warner has got an impeccable record in the IPL, right? He's probably if you look at it over the years, he's probably the most consistent player to have ever played the IPL. His record is phenomenal. Okay, everyone has ups and downs. So if you ask me, the biggest miss in this whole list is David Warner, but I suspect that eventually he will play the tournament. I think he will either come into some squad because of some injury or something like that, but I do expect him to come and play the tournament. But if he does not play, then it is a bigger loss for the IPL as a competition, because I think David Warner definitely deserved a place in any one of those squads that are currently playing.
राइट. और इसके अलावा और कोई प्लेयर आपको लगता हो, 1-2 प्लेयर और?
Prithvi Shaw, I think we all spoke about him. I would definitely have Prithvi Shaw in any squad, because I know he's had a very tough last few years. There's been fitness concerns, there's been other concerns with Prithvi Shaw, but he's that generational kind of talent. Somebody needs to take this guy into his wings and get him back to his good play. I think Prithvi Shaw would have been a great pick in this whole squad. These would be the 2 players I think should be there in some fashion.
सिद्धार्थ?
देखिए, मेरे भी दोनों प्लेयर सेम ही हैं. डेविड वार्नर जैसे कैप्टनसी मटेरियल था, ठीक है, लॉट ऑफ टीम कुड हैव यूज्ड इट, ठीक है, और ऑब्वियसली हम सबको पता है हार्ड हिटिंग बैट्समैन है. सो डेफिनेटली आई कीप गोइंग बैक टू आरसीबी यार, इनको 2 करोड़ में ले लेते यार, दैट वुड हैव बीन वर्थ व्हाइल. और था बंदा, ठीक है। अच्छा ठीक है, पृथ्वी शॉ ले लेते यार, ठीक है, ऑप्शन like Indian opener. So yeah, I'm with Anup. I think extremely sad for Prithvi Shaw. Yeah, like India lost a good talent here. I don't have enough words to show my disappointment, but yeah, it is not good for Indian cricket.
Right. Levi?
Yeah, my pick also from the batsman would be David Warner. But from the bowlers, I think it was a lost opportunity by, I think, majority of the teams for not picking some of the Afghanistan spin bowlers like Mujibur Rahman. I see, Naveen ul Haq was a fast bowler. Adil Rashid is a very good spinner. He's performed for England, and especially on Indian wickets, he can be very lethal bowler. So I think there was a missed opportunity there. And if you look at their price as well, yeah, Adil Rashid is 2 crores. But if you look at, for example, Mujibur, again, that's 2 crores as well. Umesh Yadav, I don't think he's well past his prime. I think he would be a good bowler to have in your repertoire. I think with 2 crores, he didn't sell, but I think it would be a good pick for 2 crores. I think you could really, as opposed to any other bowler, I think he would be a good pick. And all-rounders, nothing I can really make out there. But that's what
I can probably add a couple of names, right?
Yes, please.
2 names that you can think of. Naveen ul Haq, right? He had such a good tournament with LSG last year, right? So Naveen ul Haq is another big surprise. And on the all-rounders section, if you go down, there is one player that we all know very well, Shardul Thakur, right? So Shardul Thakur is another one who's missed out in this, right? Because obviously his personal domestic form hasn't been great and he hasn't been part of the Indian squad for a while now. But that is a big miss if you see in that list, right? So these are other 2 players that quickly, when you showed me the list, just comes to my mind. So, these 2 could also be a good squad pick from some of the experts.
I think मैं अगर मेरे कुछ players यहाँ पे pick करूँ तो of course there are big heavyweight names like you mentioned, David Warner, Steve Smith and other. But मैं थोड़े से young लोगों की तरफ थोड़ा सा इसमें देखूंगा. तो मुझे लगता है सरफराज खान एक अनफॉर्चुनेट पिक है जो मतलब नहीं हो पाए. पृथ्वी शॉ ऑफ कोर्स वी टॉक अबाउट. और बॉलिंग पर्सपेक्टिव से मुझे लगता है कि जो कार्तिक त्यागी का राजस्थान रॉयल्स के साथ में सीजन बड़ा अच्छा था. इन्होंने पूरा मैचेस नहीं खेले, पर जो भी इन्होंने मैचेस खेले वो बड़े अच्छे मैचेस खेले थे और बड़े यंग प्रॉमिसिंग बॉलर लगे थे. अच्छे पेस भी था, डेक को हिट कर रहे थे और वो उनको उस सीजन में देख के लग रहा था कि हाँ यार, ये बॉलर जो है ये इंडियन टीम के लिए रेडी हो सकता है 1-2 सालों में. तो वो उसके बाद उनको फिर उनकी टीम चेंज हो गई, फिर वो दूसरी टीम में जाके उनको चांसेस नहीं मिले, तो वो थोड़ा सा एक अंडर द शैडो हो गए. तो वो एक मेरे ख्याल से लगता है मुझे वो एक नहीं, अगर वो पिक हो जाते और उन्हें खेलने का मौका मिलता है तो वो एक अच्छी बात होती. और शार्दुल ठाकुर ऑफ कोर्स जो अनूप आपने बताया एक नाम, वो भी नाम एक ऐसा है कि किसी भी टीम को एक बैलेंस देता है कि जहां पर आपको अगर पूरे 4 ओवर नहीं भी कराने, 2 ओवर ही निकालने हैं, किसी एक दिन बॉलर का एक ऑफ डे हो गया तो उस समय आपको 2 ओवर उसके निकालने हैं, तो ये शार्दुल ठाकुर जो है वो आपको वो एक थोड़ा सा एडवांटेज देते हैं. और ऑफ कोर्स बैटिंग में भी अगर ये डाउन द ऑर्डर आके अगर 20-22 रन भी बना ले तो T20 में 20 रन भी बहुत बड़ी बात होती है. तो ये मुझे लगता है कि ये एक थोड़े से अनफॉर्चुनेट प्लेयर्स थे जो पिक नहीं हो पाए. पर इट वाज अ वंडरफुल डिस्कशन जहाँ पर हम लोगों ने इन सब चीज़ों के ऊपर बात करी. बड़ा एक डिटेल लेंथ में डिस्कशन में हम लोगों ने किया और आप सबके समय के लिए बहुत बहुत थैंक यू. आई एम श्योर जो IPL जो आएगा ये वैसे ही पुराने IPLs की तरह बड़ा एक एक्साइटिंग रहेगा और सबको बड़ा मजा आएगा इसको देखते हुए. और उसी तरीके से ये जो ऑप्शंस हैं इसमें जो प्लेयर पिक हुए हैं उनको बेस्ट विशेस, सारी टीमों को बेस्ट विशेस कि वो जाएं, अपना बेस्ट करें, खेलें और देखने वालों को 100% एंजॉय करें। तो आप सभी के समय के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और इसी दौरान बॉर्डर गावस्कर ट्रॉफी हो या आगे और क्रिकेटिंग इवेंट्स हो, कुछ ना कुछ चीज़ों पे हम लोग बात करते रहेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू।
Thank you. Bye.
थैंक यू।
Thank you.